Now, I'm still in my 30s, but I like to respect my elders. And one of those is Mr. Eric Davis. Who turned 40, the big 4-0, on the 12th. And Tanya turned 48, also on the 12th. And Sasha kicks both their asses because he turned 82 today. So we thought, the thing to do on birthdays is have cake. So we went into town and we got some cake, and also they made some cake here, and unfortunately I don't think there's any chocolate cake. So I'm sad to report. But were there candles, and is there, what happened with that? No candle, nothing with the candles? No. So none of you have to blow. But you can if you want to.
That's good, because I have too much holotropic breath work.
Yep. So I suppose probably what we should do is just have somebody, like the one cakes that we got, those were like big slices. They should be sliced in half. Can somebody be a cake bearer of cake, serving of cakes, bringing out of the cakes? Let's bring out we'll do some singing, and let's bring out that one special cake. It's got a little something on it for Sasha. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sasha. Happy birthday to you.
Someone get a picture of this? Okay, good.
2CD Molecule by TJ.
Go TJ.
What do we have, an NBA?
Yeah, 2CB. 2CB, that's right. See the promo here?
There's a reverse one here.
Oh, that's terrific.
That looks like a chocolate cake to me. That's the other day. Was it say 2CB or not CB?
All right, sorry.
Something like that.
Oh, you brave woman, you.
Yeah.
You didn't do any holotropic breath. Sasha,
Ask
blow
for help.
it. Make a wish and blow. Make a wish. Don't tell anybody and blow.
And no sex whatsoever, right?
And when you get home.
Yeah, right.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know where they're going to cut it either.
Make
the first cut.
First cut.
You don't have to do all the work, just the first
Just
cut.
the first cut. Just the first.
Oh my
Which group are you gonna cut off?
Yeah, which group are you going to cut off?
The amine group. Get that amine group. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. There you go.
Happy birthday, Sasha!
All right.
Give them our gifts before we eat.
Here, I keep that one over, Tanya.
Oh, thank you.
No, don't trip and spill it.
No. Can you move that one for me, sweetie?
Okay, I think it's gift exchange now. Yeah. Gifts for Sasha?
There's some gifts out there.
John has one. David Arnson.
David Arnson. Is it time?
Yes, sir.
Do you need any help?
Yes. Would you like to bite?
Would you like to be Mike?
Yeah, why don't you help, Eric? Sarah.
Come over here where the microphone is, David Arnson. David.
Yes.
Come here,
David,
there's
there's
a
a
mic.
microphone there.
Oh, wait,
No, it's better from here. It's better from here.
Okay, well,
else want to give Sasha a
I have a present for Sasha,
Okay.
and it's not fully baked. Son,
How baked is it?
this idea of yours sounds too cool. Anyway, that's from the graduate. So last year I also spent Sasha's birthday with him at another conference, and we a bunch of us pulled together a limerick book and joke book for him. And so we didn't really want to do this, I mean, we're just not that funny. We couldn't, and plus we'd have to listen to him tell the jokes.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to do that again. So in Basel last year for Albert Hofmann's birthday, my friend Renee, who is an artist, and myself pulled together a little tiny comic book that was about the history of LSD. And it was based on the Jack Chick tracks, the religious tracks. It was a parody of that. And there were a few of them here, but we're actually running low on them. And a bunch of very kind people donated. Pass it around, show it around so you get the idea. A bunch of kind people donated money to get it printed, and we donated our time to create it. And then they're given away free because that's the way that the Christians do it. They, to convert you. And I actually ended up handing a tract out to some Scientologists who were protesting the conference. So I felt good. We did a literature exchange, and they saw our point of view, and we saw theirs. So what Renee and I thought we would do is try to make another one of these tracks on the history of MDMA and get it to Sasha in time for his birthday. And alas, there was I was producing this conference. I didn't have a lot of time to work on it, and Renee was busy, and so a couple of slackers. But we are going to get done in time for Burning Man, so you'll have it. You'll see it there. And I do have something of it that I can show, and so I'm going to sort of pass that around. It's all very rough. The first sketch is just a rough sketch that I drew. There's actually one finished drawing in it, which I think is appropriate towards Sasha. You'll see that, and then I'll show you something else related to it. And then a bunch of text, which is kind of rough, and so I'll pass it around if anyone wants to look at it. It's still sort of.
What's it called?
It's called Adam and Evil.
So, you guys have fun?
Oh yeah. I didn't make a card, but I didn't make a card, but I wrote a song. Yeah. Okay, that's very off the cuff. And also on the sixth string we have Eric D. Rock on the sixth string. Eric D. Where to begin? Alexander Shulgin. Well, how about compounds that amaze, dazzle, and educate and confound? Well, love your golden rule, transform the molecule, maybe move the ring to make the molecule sing. Yes, Alexander Shulgin, where to begin? And remember, folks, Salvia divinorum is diterpenoid, not diterpene, okay? All right. Well, thanks for holding the mic, John. Yes. And let's hear it for Anne. Your rock, your muse, your battle plan. Thanks, Dan. Designer drugs, excuse me, could you clarify, do you mean aspirin? You mean penicillin? We'll continue now. Yes. Well, where to begin? Alexander Shulgin. You can call him Sasha, you can call him Shurik, you can see him at mind states, you can See him near Zurich. Now I'm going to turn the page. Can you move that page? Yes, well, watch out you don't choke when he makes a real corny joke. I'd like to thank you for P-Call, but it didn't say it all. So you had to put out T-Call. Now I've got 2 classic books on my bookshelf wall. And finally, thank you for continuing your practice by re-examining all kinds of desert cactus. Happy birthday, Alexander.
Great present, great present.
So the thing that you will see in here is the sort of the smaller version of this. Renee made this for you. It's the larger, I've got macular degeneration version. And also in color, in full psychedelic color, because the little tiny one is black and white.
Can I get an assistance? And then how about one of those Gilmore lights?
I'm a Gilmore like assistant. What do you need? I think it wants an LED light.
Hold it up.
Ooh.
So the text is, Our Godfather, who synthesized heaven, Sasha be thy name.
We love Renee. Oh, I wish you were here.
Lovely assistant presenting. Do you want to squeeze in?
So, Anne, the artist is Wendy's friend Renee.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah. Oh, that's
So I'm going to turn the mic over to anyone else who would like to say anything, and feel free to come on.
Oh, is that wonderful.
Come on, gift bearers. Don't be shy.
Dead silence. All right, here we come.
What's your ought, should you ought not?
Where's your otter?
I just wanted to make a little observation. There were 2 key events in my life that Sasha really contributed to. When I was just getting out of my university studies after 4 years living on the street and dodging the draft and so forth, I kind of thought that I had to choose between chemistry and the more literary career, and I associated chemistry with having to be in the city, which I'm not a city person and I don't like. For some strange reason, it never occurred to me that there wasn't necessarily a conflict of interest. And when I met Sasha in 1975 and saw his rural laboratory, a light bulb went up and I said, wow, I could do that too. I can have it both. And so it took me 10 years, but eventually I did that. Then, after those 10 years, I was very much involved with my own chemical business, small, like home chemical business, and I'd kind of put the writing on the shelf, so to speak. And it was reading and not having, before I think P-Call came out, but it was The Confessions of a Psychedelic Alchemist, I believe, that was in the Whole Earth Review. Someone showed me that, and I was then living in Mexico and reestablished myself there with a new house and a bigger and better lab. And then I realized, my God, they've made me censor myself. I've been keeping such a low profile that I hadn't really been doing my duty, so to speak. And that's what catalyzed me into working on pharmacotheon, which was something that I had started many years before in 1979 about and put on this shelf right around when Reagan got elected. And I took, without even thinking about it, after reading that article, I took it out of the box, and it took me 2 years. I didn't think it would take that long. But thank you for the inspiration, and happy birthday.
Sasha, I think when I first read your books, I would sit and I'd daydream and fantasize about maybe meeting you one day, but I never really thought it would happen. And I met you for the first time at Burning Man last year, and when I first saw you, I think I just about wept. Well, no, I did weep. I didn't just about weep. I walked up to you and just instantly started weeping, and but what was really cool was that your immediate response was to crack a joke, and you just like made me feel incredibly comfortable, and the tears dried up, and I just felt like it was every bit of heaven that I thought it would be. So the other thing I fantasized about was being able to give you something back for what you've done for me, and so I made you a gift, and this actually comes. I made this for you, but it comes out partially from Arrowwood. Everybody here will probably recognize it when they see it, but yeah, this is for you, and it's my way of saying thank you. So. And if somebody could photograph this for me, I'd really appreciate it.
I think there are plenty of willing photographers in the room.
But it'll end up on Flickr.
Later if you want.
Wait, put your head down.
Around here maybe?
That's great. Yeah.
Just pull one out, and then it's very delicate, so just...
Wait.
Oh, it's okay, that's not the gift.
This goes on the floor too.
Oh, that's great.
So, it's a molecule from Arrowwood site, and I painted It's probably better to pick it up from the molecule because the hands are very delicate.
And hold it out.
What's the molecule?
It's DMT. I couldn't get 2CB, but I went with DMT.
Oh, that's the dibutyryl.
The hands were plain wood. They came from Bali. The molecule came from Arrowwood. I made the contraption and I painted it all. So.
Oh, nice.
I will sign it.
I have a card here.
Yeah, I understand.
Anyway, I love you very much. Perfect. And oh, by the way, I will take that home with me and ship it to you because you don't need that. You know, I can do that. I'll take it home. Yeah, I'll take it home and I'll ship it.
Oh, yeah, but should we sign and be here?
Yeah, I will.
Oh, that's
You want the card?
Yeah, well, that's his card. Yes. And
I want the bag.
Okay, you have the bag. Okay.
I don't want to be okay.
what are you going to do with the bag?
Are you kidding?
That's a great moment. Kelly, it's your turn.
I gave Sasha my wine. I only have a card.
Oh,
So
It's a very
I
nice
have to open
card.
it later.
oh my gosh.
I don't know if Kelly needs a microphone.
Thanks, Sasha. Well, I don't have very much to say. I didn't really plan anything, but I feel very privileged to have Sasha and Ann in my life. I feel very privileged to have my wonderful friend Tanya and Greg in my life, and I think it's great that all of us can get together and share this wonderful experience in a foreign country and see half of my friends are here. It's wonderful. And so thank you all. Thanks.
So I like to honor the scientist and that we all know, but also I've seen something in both of you over the last 2 years, and cross-culturally, when you get older, you can wear the fool's hat again. And I've seen you do that. There's a playfulness, and take it on the government in your own way and being the trickster. And that's really good role modeling for all of us. So I want to thank you for that also. So, happy birthday.
There are many of us here who haven't met you before, and just want to say, sort of representing that group, how pleased we are. And, you know, you would be someone who I really prayed to and believed in and put on a pedestal, except your wife told me you might fart.
Well, I'd like to say something. This is just a cause for celebration, your birthday, but I want to thank you from my center for your assistance in giving me these substances. They have really, really been meaningful and beautiful. So that's my thanks to you.
I'd like to interrupt this for a moment. We have this evening the owners of the facility here that we've been enjoying all week. And I just would like to put a shout out to those guys. Also to their son, Marcelo, who's been fabulous.
Yeah.
Thank you. Really, it's a pleasure, and we feel fulfilled with all of you here. It's part of our mission to provide a place where the spirituality and new ideas and new thinking can grow. Thank you for coming.
I'm sorry, we can't hear you.
You can't hear me, you can't hear me. I should put the mic away. I'm feeling a little timid now, actually. Thinking about, you know, I've come to the climax of this great week of hanging out with all of you guys and seeing some of my favorite people, and Sasha and Eric and Tanya. This is not my first time hanging out with any of you guys, and it's always a pleasure to celebrate with you and all of the things that we've shared. And I just wanted to thank each of you guys, and as well as your respective partners, for different kinds of reflections and things that you've shared with me on a personal level that have been so fulfilling, and just showing me different ways that I can take my life or be, or things I could experience that are good, okay, fulfilling, a little crazy, a little wild, and you're just going to be okay. You'll make it to the finish line, and it's all going to be beautiful and good at like all the stages along the way. And for a young person like me to run into you guys in an airport somewhere or a foreign country or wherever it might be, you know, and get the okay and get a good smile is always like reaffirming to me on my path. And it's really nice to be back here and have a chance to celebrate with all of you in the same place.
Celebrated Tanya's birthday. We already celebrated. It's okay.
Yeah. From Kelly and me to Tanya. We love you. You're the best friend. We have a gift for you. Happy birthday, my dear.
And for Tanya, without whom we would be totally at sea, we love you and thank you.
No. For Eric. I know. Oh, they're so beautiful, these earrings.
Local earrings and a necklace from the shop.
Wow.
Wow.
Pretty.
Metal earrings?
Local, not metal.
Your nipples, don't you? Thank you.
Just a token.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
I love it. This is great. Thank you.
Well, we already celebrated Eric's birthday, and he's been getting presents for me for months.
Oh, really?
And we didn't know that we'd be this. So I don't actually have anything to give him, but I love him so much. I'm gonna kiss him.
Get a room!
I know, I thought I did. Can't see the colors in here. Oh, okay. All right.
The motto is, Tanya, not to be celibate, but to be celebrate.
I don't think there's any risk to that.
Yeah.
We have a gift for Sasha. This is actually coming from Jeffrey and myself, but he's feeling a little shy, so he's hiding back there. It's not a shy.
No need to be shy.
Let's see, you don't know us very well, but I feel that we know you two very well from the books that you've written and just knowing. But every author puts some of their soul into the books that they write, no matter how fictional they may be. So what we have for you is a little gift from Jeff's company in Indiana. Do you want to give it to them?
Sure. I can tell you what it is, and you can. This is, I had a favorite article of clothing. My favorite article of clothing I've ever had. It was a hemp wind shirt from the Ohio Hempery. And they're gone now, but I love this thing so much that I had a bunch of them made last year, and I had a couple left, and we thought this would be a great gift because it's 100% hemp and locally made by a textile artist in Bloomington. So I was glad to hear you say today that it gets cold where you live, because I wasn't really sure because it's fairly warm. So enjoy. And thanks for being a part of this whole thing, you guys.
And there's another bag for Anne.
Yeah.
You can't smoke it, Ann.
That's illegal, isn't it? No.
Do you want to?
Yes.
It's cute.
Keep it.
This shows a line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a cuter bag.
Great. Oh, that's great. I'm gonna embroider.
No, don't change it. Leave it alone.
Oh, that's beautiful. Is it legal in whatever state this came from?
It's from Indiana.
Hemp for fiber is legal.
Yeah,
Oh, it is?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
If you smoke your shirt, you got
In desperate mode. Smoke your shirt. May you never be that desperate.
Where is it that the Sultan of the country for his birthday gets his weight in gold coins? They weighed him and...
Brunei.
Is it Brunei?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good idea too.
I wanted to say a quick happy birthday to Sasha. It's been wonderful getting to know you guys over the past 8 years or so. I don't know exactly how it's been.
She's not good with time.
And, you know, we very much enjoy I very much enjoy going places where I know you'll be. We try not to miss events at your house. I love going to conferences where I know you'll be, and I often don't even get a chance to talk to you, but I like being, you know, near you. You've got wonderful energy. It's been wonderful. Happy birthday.
Fire, may I return to you my thanks for you sneaking in a bottle of red wine.
All I really can say about that is I want to second that. I feel like I want to spend so much more time with you. I want to be one of your kids somehow. And I feel like I almost got shortchanged by that. But we'll work through it. But the other half is, we did give presents to Eric the other night, except for me, who couldn't find mine. When it has surfaced. So I want to present Eric this copy of a book that I think he really uniquely deserves. It's called Bullshit and Philosophy. Because, Eric, you know the difference between the two.
Yeah, party, cake and party.
Okay.
Let them eat cake.
Yay. Thank you, John.
You bet. Thank you.
Everything. Yeah.
Yay. Thank you for having us, John.
Thank you.
You rock.
So what, as I think about this, I think looking at Sasha and Ann, this is our first psychedelic couple in the sense of, you know, like the president and first lady, or however you want to put it. I think you guys represent the psychedelic dyad, and I thank you for it.
Well, I just want to thank my wife Blake and my friends Tanya and Leia, who have been truly amazing schlepping around all of this equipment and helping to film, and all the support that they've given me, and you know, you guys are all the best.
Thanks, John.
Anybody got more shiny, gorgeous
So can we continue the party up here, right? We can party here?
Oh yeah. So yeah, sure. Party, drinks, cake. There's cake, right? Cake. Cake.
Cake. Isn't that the new drug? Cake. Cake.
Let's turn on the music.
And you can have it, and you can
Eat it too.
Had the cake a while ago. Sliced off a piece of the cake. My fingers, I had the cake.
Oh, wait, there's more, Sasha.
Sasha.
It's that laser-like focus.
You sound a joke. You can't get out of the zone.
Sasha,
I would like to thank you very much because Natalie and I were, with great thanks to the MDMA, we have lived the most wonderful experience we never lived in our life, and that's so. We are so grateful for that. That I really want to give you one of my fragrance, which is called Eau Illuminée. That means illuminated water.
Wow.
So I think it's maybe it's a gift for you too, because it's for man and woman. And so I'm so glad to give you this.
Wow, that's sweet.
That any good experience you have with MDMA is not due to the drug, but due to you.
It doesn't help at all.
Leave it as Sandy.
Oil from where we come from.
Virgin olive oil.
Virgin olive oil from
Virgin.
from
No,
where
not
we come
just ordinary pure olive oil.
No, no, virgin.
Virgin.
Extra virgin olive oil.
Extra
It's more than you gave us last year.
How else would you know it's
No, that's
virgin?
extra virgin olive oil from the
Anybody else?
Going one.
One more. Oh, man.
Hey, what do you know, Joe?
Holy mackerel. First, I want to thank John for bringing me to this insane place. And this psychedelic universe that everyone says that they know about drugs. I just know about my mind works the same way that you guys think. So I don't need any drugs. But thank you so much, John, for having me here. And Sasha, on your, God, you're fucking 82? Holy shit. And your beautiful loverkins, which is what I call my sweetie. I mean, you guys are an adorable couple, and I hope that Whitney and I can have as many wonderful years together as obviously you two have shared. And you're an inspiration to me, just your very existence. Forget about your experiments with psychedelic drugs. That's not as important as your love for each other. To me, that's what speaks to my guts and my heart. How much you love each other. That's what I get.
And if it reflects back upon you, I'm very happy.
Well, thank you. Thank you, sir. And I hope you have a really wonderful birthday. This is an amazing time, and I'm honored to share it with you. And the only thing I have to give to you is one of my books, the Book of Joe. But I'm not just going to give you the book. I'm going to also do a little ditty, a little drawing of you, the two of you who are an amazing, wonderful couple, and I'm going to now attempt. This act is being presented solely in interest of education and science. I am going to attempt to portray the love affair between these two beautiful people right here on this stage right now. Can I have a drum roll, please?
to copulate, Julie.
Sasha, I calls him as I sees him.
Do you need a light?
No, I've got enough faith.
It's a little faster than he normally works.
Hey, no kibitzing from the peanut crowd.
Bing bong, bing bong.
You are trouble.
In what year was mescaline first isolated?
1937.
Okay, it's done. Just for your edification and amusement, it's only called Love Is, and that's period. So it's for you.
Oh my gosh, that is. Oh, that's great.
Okay, use it for your passport. I hope Whitney and I are going to live as many wonderful years as you have, and you're an inspiration to us. So I love you very much. Bye.
Isn't it?
So we have something else that's coming up here.
From what direction?
Hold on.
Someone have a joke?
Almost.
Bet you got a joke, Ellen.
Sasha probably has a joke.
No, no, no. Three, 2, 1.
And a half.
Point 4. Point 3. Point 2.
Dividing by 2.
Point 1.
Starting at 5.
Thanks for having a birthday.
Yeah.
fine.
Wow, that's so beautiful. Did anyone get a picture of her?
Yeah.
Okay. One more picture. Una fotografía. Because Anne wants a picture of you.
Yeah.
So if anyone could send it, that'd be great. Thank you. That's great.
Thank you so much. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I love her. We have a tortuga.
It's a coconut turtle.
I was telling you,
It's a coconut turtle.
It's a coconut turtle.
Yeah, I just recognized it.
Wow, you got 4 different kinds of cake there.
and I just had gotten out of here and then
Gonna have to get some new luggage.
walked out.
Yeah, when I do the day. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have to really
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's alright.
Got icing. Icing on the hand. Maybe it came off her thing.
There's a tail. Like, wow.